Hi, and welcome to arguably the most important video in our entire collection in my teaching. To change the brain needs two options: what you do want and what you don't want. And they've got feelings attached to them. Then with those options, we have the opportunity to tell the brain, eyes closed, conscious to subconscious, which of the feelings that you would prefer. So regardless of whether it's focal dystonia or whether it's Bell's palsy or performance anxiety or just learning an instrument, the number one thing that I do is to strip everything back, because in the trumpet world, overexertion's the number one issue. So I take let's go to the extreme approach and use no exertion. So we go back to what I call stillness. So stillness is eyes closed. That can create problems already with musicians' focal dystonia. Eyes closed, calm mind, no fear, no dread, no thoughts of I can't do this, I'm wasting my time. It is all a process of I understand that I can change the brain. I'm going to change the brain. I know how it works. That's what we're going to teach you. And I'm doing this. So with the eyes closed, you can monitor negative messaging, or hopefully we're in the mindset of calm, looking forward to learning, observing my progress, where am I at, and moving forward for the day. So stillness is a quiet mind. If we have messages come through, recognize them, but don't get hung up on them. Don't entertain them. Recognize that negative messages are the subconscious defense mechanism trying to stop you from using the energy to make the change to reach your desired outcome. So with eyes closed, we go into a observer mode, and any messages, let go. If anything, we've got a slight feeling of excitement or, a bit of a dopamine rush because I can fix myself. I'm not broken. My body is fine. I just need to develop some new habits. So there's a state of calm. Imagine a glassy lake. So that's half of stillness. The other half is we don't want any involuntary or unnecessary muscle activation. Now, this is all about efficiency when it comes to learning any skill. But with musicians' focal dystonia, of course, there are a lot of involuntary muscles activating that we don't want nor need. So if we start from absolute stillness, no involuntary or unnecessary muscles activating anywhere in the body, calm mind. Now, closing the eyes can be very threatening. I've seen people, as soon as they close their eyes, a pull, a lift, anxiety, from calm mind to not a calm mind because of closing the eyes. So what do? We grab a mirror. We look in the mirror and go, everything's fine. Then blink. Was there any anxiety? No. Hold the eyes closed for 1 second. Because seeing yourself reassures the brain that there is no threat. Close the eyes for 2 seconds. How'd you go? I'm calm. Now, logic says to me, if you can blink, you can do 1 second, you can do 2 seconds of eyes closed with calmness. You can do 4 seconds, you can do 8 seconds and 16 seconds and 32 seconds and a minute and so on. So then you test it, carefree. I wonder if I start to feel any sparks or any anxiety or any messaging, if my intention is to close my eyes for a minute. Recognize thoughts. Is this heart starting to race, or are we cool, right? So this is the sort of integrated learning that we do little bit by little bit by little bit by little bit. And we start from a point of everything's calm, I'm excited, stillness. There's nothing activating. If there's any anxiety attached to stillness, we haven't got the I know yet. The I know is the brain will send you a very clear message that no matter what you do, you will not get any fear, doubt, confusion with the eyes closed. In fact, I could sit here and smile and everything's great. So, number one is making sure that there is no negative energy attached to closing the eyes and stillness. Now, I have seen the illusion of competence, and Julie will say in her video, she thought she was in stillness until she wasn't. And there were physical movements and there were emotional messaging going on. That is not stillness. There is only one stillness. That is calm mind, no threat, nothing involuntarily or unnecessarily activating in the body, calm. And if we've got like a scale of negative and positive, if anything, we're on the slight positive side because I'm excited to learn. I've gone through a tough time. I've developed dystonia for whatever the reason might be, but I know that I can fix it and I'm moving forward. So if anything, I'm excited by the anticipation of the possibilities. That's not to say we've got expectation that it's going to disappear today or tomorrow. It can, it might, but it might not too. And that's why we do it step by step by step by step by step. Okay. So please make sure that there is no illusion of competence when it comes to stillness. The brain changes because of a point of difference. What I do want, what I don't want. What I do want has a feeling. What I don't want has a feeling. Then we can very easily instruct the brain to do, without me thinking about it, no RAM, carefree, to do what I want it to do. Okay? That is stillness. It takes time to develop this, would you believe? You've got to get that magnifying glass out when you close your eyes and look deep and go, am I truly in stillness? Because no shudder, no entity, no fear, nothing can exist here. It must be 100% pure process. It must be 100% stillness. Zero tolerance for any spot fires, twitches. I call it the hot spot. Or the head starts to go, or the head starts to pull, or the shoulders go, or the fingers twitch. No hot spots. There can be no involuntary or unnecessary muscle activation whatsoever. Negative thoughts we let go. If negative thoughts create anxiety, that's not stillness. A negative message, like use a Scud missile to shoot the negative message out of the sky. We're not thinking like that anymore. I know that there's negative messages, but there is a finite number of negative messages in our negative message bucket. Straight from the amygdala, fear. There is a finite list of messages. Okay? And the clearer you are with, no, I'm not thinking like that anymore. I'm going to get better. I know I can change my brain and I'm going to do it because my body's not broken. The sooner we are full of that belief and confidence, we won't have doubt or confusion. You cannot have doubt and belief at the same time. You cannot have fear and confidence at the same time. It's not possible. So we need to eliminate doubt. We need to eliminate fear and anxiety. How do we do that? We understand what we're working on, and we do it with passion and excitement. Get that dopamine going. Once we believe, it's incredible what we can do and how fast it can happen. So recognize, and Julie will talk a lot about this, how she kept the belief system was so shot, and which is understandable. But we don't need to be that way. We can recognize when the doubt is fed to us from the subconscious brain, and we go, nope, that's not stillness. I'm not thinking like that anymore. I'm doing this. My body's not broken, and you're going to behave yourself. F you, brain. We're going to fix you right up. Fubrian.com. Make sure stillness is nailed. Have a great day.